So if you're coming into the mix with us and you're completely new, I hope that you have checked out our Tapping Basics course, which we sent out to you for free, which gives you the basics of where to tap and the science of tapping and all of those amazing things. You'll have that still in the email if you ever want to go back to that. 40 days, nice. Thanks, Carla, beautiful. So options for today, we're going to be tapping. I'm going to take you through a process. And today we're specifically talking about how to heal addictions through tapping. And addictions can come in many forms. It's not always just like drug addictions or food addictions. It can happen in many ways. And for many of you who have been tracking my story, I discovered recently that I had a little of addiction to social media. And it's anything that you feel compelled by that is repetitive in your life. You can also have an addiction to thought forms as well. So you might have negative thought forms that are repeating or looping in your life. And there's an addiction to the adrenaline that comes from those thought forms. And so we keep creating those, and they can actually create more destruction in our life. So today we're going to learn not only how to transform something that we're addicted to in our life, but we're going to discover how to help others through that as well. Yes, the scarce money story, addiction to suffering. Let us know in the chat area something that maybe you're addicted to in the chat area so we can see what everyone's working on today. Skin picking, helping others over myself, negative thoughts, food, insecurity, food, people pleasing, social media, negative thoughts, coffee, self-hatred, fear, money scarcity, drug and abuse, alcohol codependency, addiction to being cared for. It's really beautiful to open this conversation and to really expand the concept of what addiction is, and to recognize that it can happen subtly in our life. It can happen more intensely. But these types of things that everyone's writing, most of humanity often deal with: worrying about my kids too much, needing to be loved, codependency, pleasing, tickety talk, social media, negative thinking. Okay, awesome. So the way today is going to work, what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through a very brief PDF, which you guys are going to get sent to you in your email in 2 days, and you can use it. It's basically a 3-step process to help you heal any addiction, as well as support others in it as well. It has a very simple way to approach it using tapping. And then we're going to go into the tapping session itself. We're going to spend about an hour of just like clearing and healing and practicing what I'm going to share with you shortly about the steps. And then at the end, we're going to do some really fun energy system movement, which is called laughter tapping, where we laugh for no reason. And that allows us to generate happy chemicals inside of our system so that we can actually reset those neuropathways once and for all, so that we can choose new belief patterns that actually help us create new healthy habits for ourselves. So that's going to be basically the flow. And then we'll do a little share at the end. If you want to come up and share anything that you discovered, you'll have an opportunity to do that as well. Addicted to training courses and webinars. Okay, welcome to your addiction. This is one of those webinars that might help you get over your addiction to webinars. Okay, cool. So I'm going to head into my screen share now and just show you what I've created. So we have the 3 tapping steps to heal addictions. So the first step is really about cultivating compassion for the habit. So if you're helping yourself or someone else, compassion is the first step. And often what happens is we blame ourselves for having a habit. And then that blame or shame that we have actually perpetuates the habit from happening, because when we are in a low emotional frequency, we often tend to go towards the things that don't serve us. We try to get the quick pleasure versus healing the emotional patterns, so that when we are choosing how we want to operate in our reality, we choose from a place of deep empowerment. So instead of shaming ourselves for the habit, we need to let go, shift into compassion, and this will open up the space You can try a tapping phrase like, even though I have this habit, I love and deeply accept myself. The next step is discovering the underlying issue. So by taking your clients back into the earlier memories when this issue first started, we can finally get under the issue. So often we try to change it on the surface, and changing it on the surface just does not work, because there's something deeply embedded in your subconscious that's actually creating the habit on the surface. So if you try to like have a 40-day plan, or you try to create something on the surface, it's going to be more work, because you're constantly fighting against what the subconscious got programmed in. So what you want to do in a tapping session is you help them get under it by finding the memory of when the habit first began. Because let's be real, we didn't have the habit when we came out of our mother's womb, right? There was a point when that habit, that thought form started to begin, and then it became more and more intense, and then it gets triggered by certain things that happen in our life on a day-to-day basis. So in tapping, what we'll do is we'll help you get underneath the issue so you can finally clear it out. And then step number 3 is we heal that initial traumatic memory. And oftentimes one traumatic memory might lead to many traumatic memories, which actually makes the addiction even more intense in our life. So if you had a repeated trauma, and perhaps that happened over and over again, and you kept going back to that core addictive pattern to get a sense of safety, to get a sense of feeling at home within yourself, and that became the habit that you kept going back to. So what we're going to do is we're going to heal that traumatic memory by tapping and bringing love to it. And then by doing that, we start to clear out the nervous system, the shock, the memory that's locked inside the body. And by bringing love and empathy to it, we start to create new pathways in the brain and release those old pathways. And so you might say something like, I let go of this pain and I choose something new now. So that's basically the flow of what we're going to do today. And you guys are going to have an opportunity to experience it for real in your own nervous system today, because what better way to learn a technology than is to feel it and to feel the results inside yourself first. Because once you feel those results inside yourself first, then you have complete confidence in sharing it with others. So I'm going to ask you to turn off any distractions, if you have any buzzing phones, any apps that might distract you over the session, so that you can really devote this time to yourself, so that you can really drop in and do this. This is a gift to yourself right now. So get yourself comfortable. You might grab some tissues, a journal, if you get any downloads that come through. If you want to turn your camera on, we love to see your faces, because by sharing your emotional process with the community, we clear out any shame around, oh, it's not safe to cry in front of others, or there's something wrong with feeling emotion. So I really love this about these classes, because we all get to share our vulnerability together and recognize that we're all human and it's safe to feel emotion in community. So if you do feel desire, and I can see so many faces on here, and just sending you all so much love right now. Beautiful. So let's get settled. We're going to do a little opening meditation to start. Okay. Okay, so let's just take a moment right now and just ground into our being. And just feel yourself centering into the space. Feel yourself just relaxing into your own bubble right now, imagining that there's a bubble around you. And as you feel that bubble around you, I want you just to tune into this part within yourself that has that habit. And just tune into what that is in your life. and tune into how that habit plays itself out in your life. And just bringing your hands out in front of your chest like you're holding a tray right now. And we're just going to hold it on the altar of our hands, just to be clearly seen and clearly witnessed, knowing that it is a safe place to look at this completely today. We're going to inhale slowly. And we're going to exhale with a sigh. We're going to inhale again. And exhale with a sigh. One more time, take a deep breath in. Hold the breath for a moment. Feel your whole energy field filling up with prana, filling up with light. Hold that breath. Exhaling slowly with a sigh. And in this space, as you hold this intention to clear out this habit that you're choosing right now, tuning into this space that you're choosing to clear out of your life so that you can start anew. And in this moment, we give ourselves full permission to fully look at all of the pieces connected to this today so that we can finally pull it out from the roots. So that we may bring compassion and understanding to where this is truly coming from. And feeling into all of the emotion that has been there around this topic, all of the struggle, all of the pressure, all of the confusion, the concern, and the overwhelm, and the trying to fix it, all of that. Feel into how that's been feeling for you in your life. Take a long, deep breath in and release a sigh. Beautiful. Now massaging underneath the collarbone right here. And as you tune into this challenge right now, as you tune into this overwhelm that's been happening for you, as you tune into this habit and your resistance to this habit, I want you to tune into the number on a scale of 0 to 10. How intense has it been when it's most intense for you? 10 being it's so intense, 0 being you are free of this habit. And then go ahead and write that number into the chat area. Okay, we've got a lot of 10s, 9s, 8s, 10s, 11s, 10s. Great, we've got some good work to do today. Beautiful, nice. We're going to tap on the chest now. And as we tune into that number of intensity, we're going to allow ourselves to feel it completely. The way we heal it in tapping is we allow ourselves to feel it. So taking a moment right now to feel in to this emotion, to this struggle. And we're going to go on a little journey right now together. And as you tune into this struggle right now, knowing that you are safe to look at this completely, take a long, deep breath in and release a big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping between the brows and repeating after me. Even though I have this habit, and just tell me what the habit is for you. I'm open to loving and deeply accepting myself. Tapping the temples. Even though I have this habit, and tell me what that habit is. And it's hard to stop this habit. And I've really been struggling with it. Tapping the cheeks. I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I've been struggling with, and tell me what that habit is out loud. I love and deeply accept myself. Tapping underneath the nose, and I'm still worthy of love. Tapping underneath the lips, even though I've been struggling with, tell me what that habit is. I'm still a good human being. And I'm still worthy of love. Tapping the center of the chest, even though I've been blaming and shaming myself. And just tune into however you've been putting yourself down about the habit, any way that you've been struggling with the habit, any blame you put on yourself, any pressure you put on yourself, any frustration that comes up around it. Just feel that right now and feel how you've been putting that on yourself surrounding the habit. And just hold it in some compassion right now. And take a long, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Ah, beautiful. Tapping the front of the ribs. I love and deeply accept myself. Tapping the side of the ribs exactly as I am. Tapping the side of the wrist, even though I really want to change this habit. I'm accepting that this habit is there right now. So part of the clearing is accepting yourself exactly as you are, even with the habit. And so often when we have a habit we don't like, we resist ourselves, but that just adds another layer of complexity to actually clearing it out. So the first step actually in clearing out the habit, as mentioned in my PDF, is that you have to just accept it and hold compassion for it and understanding that it's there. I accept that I have, and just tell me what the habit is. Tapping the side of the thumb. I accept that I have the habit of, and tell me what that is. Tapping the next finger. I accept that I've been struggling with this habit. Tapping the next finger, and I really want to shift this. Taking a long, slow, deep breath in, releasing a big sigh. Ah, beautiful. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I love and deeply accept myself. Exactly as I am. Tapping the little finger. Even if this never disappears. Even if I have this habit for the rest of my life, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the side of the hand. Even if I have this habit for the rest of my life, I'm still a good human being and I'm still worthy of love. And I'm worthy of this love, even with the habit. And just feel love coming in to touch you right now, to love you regardless of that habit, regardless of that thing that you do, that you are still worthy of so much love. And just feel a big blanket of compassion hold you in your struggle around it right now. And as you feel that big wave of compassion, take a long, deep breath in and release a big sigh. Oh, beautiful. Tapping the top of the head. I love and accept myself. And I can look at this more deeply now. Tapping the between the brows, I can look at this habit more deeply. Tapping the temples. So let me know, are you ready to look at this habit more deeply with me? Are you ready to just see it in a deeper way so we can heal it from the core? Give me a little thumbs up if you're ready to go there with me. Okay, beautiful. So I want you to tune into your life right now. And I want you to tune into the earliest memory of when you felt like this habit was like a real strong impulse for you. What was happening in your life in that moment when that habit started to take place, when that habit started to take over you? So whatever memory that pops up, that's the one that we're going to look at right now. Tapping the cheeks. And as you tune into whatever memory that is right now, we're just going to look at the substance of that memory of what was taking place in your life. It's not necessarily the habit, but what was happening in your life when that habit first really took a hold. Tapping underneath the nose, and I want you to speak this out loud. I was, and just tell me what was happening in your life. Perhaps there was a situation that was impactful at that time in your life. What was happening in that moment in your life right now? I was, and this was happening, and just speak it out loud. As you speak it out loud, you activate those pathways in your brain so that we can really open up the subconscious. Tapping underneath the lips. I was, and just tell me what you were doing or what was taking place. Okay, good. And who was involved? Tapping the center of the chest. Who was involved in that memory with you? And what was happening with you and that person, or you and that situation? And see if you can zoom in to an actual event occurring right now in that time in your life. Was there something traumatic happening? Was there a level of rejection taking place? Was there a high level of stress happening? Was there a certain level of pressure that was in the field that you were a part of, or you were witnessing, or that you witnessed happening with a friend or a family member? Or was it through watching a parental figure repeat a habit that you also have now, and they dealt with the pressures of life with that habit, and so you saw them having that habit? So tune into what that was. Tapping the front of the ribs. I was, and this was happening. Tell me what that is. Tapping the side of the ribs. And the worst part about that memory was what? What was the worst part of that memory for you? What really gave you that sucker punch? What really made you shrink and hide? What really made you hurt? What was it about that memory that really hurt you, or really put fear, or really put sadness or depression into your field? The worst part was, and just say that worst part out loud. Tapping the side of the wrist. The worst part was, tell me what that is again. Tapping the side of the thumb. That made me feel what? What did that make you feel when that worst part happened? That made me feel, and you can go ahead and write what you felt in the chat area and then come back to tapping with me. That made me feel guilt, confusion, unwanted, excluded, unworthy, ashamed, lonely, unable to choose love, powerless, unsafe, unwanted, overwhelmed, lonely, afraid, unloved, hopeless. Tapping the next finger. That made me feel what? What did that make you feel? Say yours out loud and then come back to tapping now with me. And I've been feeling that for a very long time. And just tune into how that emotion of not feeling good enough, of feeling guilt, of feeling shame, of feeling overwhelmed has been just a constant in your life, coming and going. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. That made me feel, and tell me what it made you feel. Tapping the little finger. And what habit came from dealing with that? What habit allowed you to escape from that? What habit allowed you to avoid looking at that? Because the addictive patterns are a mechanism to avoid these emotions. Tapping the side of the hand. That made me what? What was a habit that came out of that extreme discomfort? That made me, and tell me what that made you do. Tapping the top of the head, and just stay with me tapping right now. Come back to the tapping on the screen with me. That made me, tell me what it made you do. Tapping between the brows. And I've been doing that ever since. Tapping the temples. I have been, and what have you been doing ever since that happened? And what other habits have come from that? I have been, just list them out loud. Tapping the cheeks. And it's understandable, I've been struggling. Take a long, deep breath in and release a big sigh. Beautiful. You're doing such beautiful work, my loves. Well done. Keep going. Take another big, deep breath in. Feel into all that discomfort. Let yourself feel the uncomfortability of it in your body right now. Feel the discomfort of how that felt and the habits that come out of it, and the coping mechanisms that come out of it. Feel the discomfort in your body. Feel how that felt when that first blow happened, when you first got hurt in that emotional situation, in that memory. Feel that. Take a big, deep breath in. Release a big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping underneath the nose. What I really needed in that situation was what? What did you need in that memory that would have made you feel capable, loved, supported, worthy, uplifted, confident, happy, taken care of, respected? What did you need in that particular memory that would have helped you? that would have helped you be seen for the beauty and the love and the gift that you are. Tapping underneath the lips. What I really needed in that situation was what? Tell me what you needed. Tapping the center of the chest. What I really needed in that situation was, tell me what that is right now. I really needed, and go ahead and just write that in the chat box and then come back to tapping with me. Stay with the process, write it down and then come back. I really needed a hug. I needed to be attended to. I needed to be trusted, accepted, understood. I needed relief and validation. I needed unconditional love. I needed to be embraced for all that I am. I needed to be loved with compassion, to be held. I needed safety. And then just say yours out loud right now and really feel how much you needed that. I really needed. What did you need in that situation? Tapping the front of the ribs. I really needed. And then just come back, close your eyes as you're tapping on the front of your ribs right now. Just feel into that memory, feel into that struggle, feel into how you weren't getting that thing. And just say this out loud. Speak it to the universe. Claim it right now. I really needed, and just say what you needed with all your honesty, with all your authenticity, with all your vulnerability. I really needed, and just say it out loud. But I didn't get it. I didn't get what? What didn't you get in that memory? Tapping the side of the ribs. I really needed, tell me what you needed. Tapping the side of the wrist, and I didn't get it. And I've been trying to get it ever since. And what would that thing have made you feel if you had have got that thing that you needed? What positive emotion would that have made you feel if you got that? That would have made me feel, tell me what it would have made you feel. Tapping the side of the thumb, it would have made me feel safe and loved. Tapping the next finger, it would have made me feel wanted. It would have made me feel relief, valued, important. I really needed, tell me what you needed out loud. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger, take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Ah. Tapping the little finger, and it's possible I was worthy of it. Tapping the side of the hand. Now just come back to tapping with me, focusing on the screen now, focusing on tapping with me. It's possible I was worthy of what? Tell me what you were worthy of. Tapping the top of the heads, and I've been worthy of it this whole time. I have been worthy of, tell me what you have been worthy of this whole time. Nice. Even though I started to believe I wasn't. Even though I started to believe it was hard work. Even though I started to believe what did you start to believe about having that or not having that, or what it required, that you had to prove yourself, or that it was just impossible to even get? What did you start to believe? Even though I started to believe it's possible that wasn't true. And I am worthy of, tell me what you are worthy of. Take a long, deep breath in and release a big sigh. Ah, beautiful. You're doing really beautiful work, my loves. Keep going, tapping between the brows. I am worthy of. What were you worthy of then, and what are you worthy of now? I am worthy of. Tell me what that is. I am worthy of. And I've always been worthy of this. I am worthy of. Tell me what that is. And I've always been worthy of that. I'm worthy of that right now. I am worthy of. Tell me what you are worthy of. Say it out loud. Claim it. Feel it. Know it. Take a big, deep breath into that. Release a big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping underneath the nose. And it's possible I can have it right now. It's possible I can have it today. It's possible it's right here, right now. Tapping underneath the lips. Take another deep breath in, release a big sigh. Ah, beautiful. Tapping the center of the chest. I'm ready to receive what? What are you ready to receive in your life now? I am ready to receive. Tell me what that is. I am ready to receive. Take another deep breath in, release a big sigh. Ah, beautiful. Tapping the front of the ribs. Okay, you guys ready to let that into your life? That thing that you needed? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to really bring that in. Okay, nice. I love the double thumbs up there, Jessica. Beautiful. Okay, I'm ready to finally allow what into my life? Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm ready to finally allow what into my life? And I can have this today. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to do a little drop in now where we get to give it to our earlier self. This is an inner child healing. So I want you to now just tune into that earlier version of you that didn't get what you needed in that struggle, in that memory, in that conflict that was happening, in that emotion. Tune into that earlier memory that we pulled up before. And as you tune into that earlier memory, I want you to zoom in to that most painful part right now. That part where you shut down, that part where your energy felt hurt, violated, unloved, disrespected, not worthy. Tune into that part where you really took the punch, where you felt all hope was lost, where you started to doubt yourself and your own potential and your worthiness and your goodness. Tapping the side of the thumb. And in that memory, in that most painful part, feel how that felt in your body. Take a long, deep breath into the discomfort in your body right now. Where is it living in your body? Where is that contraction in your body? Take a big, deep breath into it. Release a big sigh. Keep tapping with me. Ah, beautiful. And in that moment of contraction, you open your eyes. And you look into the corner of the frame and you look over and you see someone standing in the corner of that frame, and they have so much love and so much light and so much compassion. And you look a little closer and it's your higher self, your wise, loving, whole, harmonious, enlightened, loving, caring, compassionate self. And there they are in all of their glory and all of their light. And they're just glowing with this beautiful golden aura right now. And they walk over to you in that moment of contraction, that moment of pain, that moment of doubt, that moment of fear. And you feel all of that contraction even as you look at their bright light approaching you. Tapping the next finger. And as they get closer, you start to feel more and more of their warmth, more and more of their compassion, more and more of their love, more and more of their presence and safety. And as they get even closer to you, they come down and they wrap their arms around you in the biggest hug. And you feel this embrace just holding you right now in that moment of pain. You feel all of this compassion in that moment of contraction. You take a long, deep breath into that love right now. Take a big, deep breath into all of that compassion right now. Into all of that softness right now, right there. And release a big, deep breath. Inhale, release a big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. Take another big, deep breath in. Release a big sigh. Beautiful. One more big, deep breath, big sigh. Nice. You feel all of that love, all of that safety surrounding you. You feel all of that compassion holding you even in the darkest of that pain. You feel into any final resistance that's there, that's just calling out for love. It's calling out for presence and connection and safety and validation. Feel into all those parts in your body, in your field that are just wanting that nourishment right now. Lean into the discomfort of those parts in your body. Take a big, deep breath. Release a big sigh. Tapping the little finger. I am receiving. What are you receiving from your higher self right now? I am receiving what from your higher self? Tapping the side of the hand, and just put a smile on your face as you say this, because it is your higher self here giving it to you in this moment, healing it from the past. I am giving myself what? What do you get to give yourself? That is the ultimate nourishment right now. That is the ultimate nourishment. I am giving myself, take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Nice one. Tapping the top of the head. I am giving myself what? What do you get to give yourself that truly nourishes yourself on such a profound level right now? I am giving myself, tell me what that is. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Tapping between the brows. And it feels what? What does it feel like when you give that to yourself? It feels, what are the top 3 positive emotions or feelings that come from this? Tapping the temples, it makes me feel. Tapping the cheeks, it makes me feel. Say it again. Tapping underneath the nose, take a big deep breath in, release a big sigh. Ah, beautiful. Tapping underneath the lips, it makes me feel what? What does it make you feel when you give that to yourself? Yes. Tapping the center of the chest, it makes me feel. Yes, yes, yes. When I give myself what? Oh, isn't that nice? Take a big deep breath in, release a big sigh. Ah, yes. Take another big deep breath into giving yourself that right now, giving yourself this new habit. This is the new nourishment that you get to give yourself. Take a big deep breath into that gift that you're giving yourself. Release a big sigh. Ah, oh, I'm so proud of you. When I give myself what? Tell me what that is. I get to feel what? Tell me what you feel when you give yourself that thing. Tapping the side of the ribs. And I want you to now go in to the chat area and tell me what it is that you're giving yourself that makes you feel that positive emotion. Is it a hug? Is it something physical that you do for yourself? What do you give yourself in that moment that supports you? Tapping the side of the wrist. I'm giving myself permission to be exactly as I am. I'm giving myself acceptance. Tapping the side of the thumb. Pampering. Space to feel. Attention. Tapping the next finger. Self-care. A big loving breath. Beautiful. Love and compassion. Silencing of those critical voices. Understanding. Next finger, I'm giving myself a hug. I'm giving myself, and just say what you're giving yourself out loud. Take a big, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Ah. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. And I can do this whenever I feel what? What's the emotion or the pattern that comes up when that limiting habit starts to emerge? When you start to reach to scroll on social media, you start to reach for that chocolate cake or that cigarette. What can you pause and give yourself in that moment? I'm giving myself, tell me what it is, instead of, tell me the limiting habit. Tapping the little finger. I'm giving myself, tell me what you're giving yourself. Tapping the side of the hand instead of this limiting habit. I'm giving myself, tell me what it is you're giving yourself. Instead of, and tell me what your habit has been. Tapping the top of the head, I'm giving myself. Beautiful. Instead of, tell me the limiting habit. Tapping the temples, I'm giving myself. What are you giving yourself? And just imagine yourself giving that in the most delicious, overflowing, abundant way, so that you feel so nourished, so that you feel so lit up, so that you feel so inside, so connected to your power, so connected to your love, so connected to the all good, all beauty, all grace. Feel that right now. Feel yourself giving that to yourself so it nourishes every particle of your being, so that there is nourishment in every place of your existence. Feel that nourishment from that gift right now that you get to give yourself. Feel what that feels like in your body. Tapping the cheeks. I want you to imagine what that feels like when you're really giving yourself that self-care, that nourishment, that compassion, that understanding, that love. And I want you to feel what that feels like in your body when you're really giving yourself that. And I want you to feel the texture of it. What does that feel like? Is it light? Is it bubbly? Is it soft? What's the texture of that feeling when you give yourself that thing? And I want you to lean into how good that can feel in your body. I want you to lean into how amazing that can feel in your body. Tapping underneath the nose. And I want you to expand how good that feels by 50%. Like really let yourself lean into how good, how delicious, how comfortable, how easy, how soft it feels in your body, or how empowering it feels. Tapping underneath the lips, lean into how good it can feel, expand the goodness, let yourself feel it even more, get on the edge of how good it can feel, expand it by 75%. Like, wow, this is changing the molecular structure of my body, these positive feelings right now, this feeling of self-care. Tapping the center of the chest and really feel it right now. It feels so good. Feel all the positive emotions that come with giving yourself this. Expand it by 100%. Like, wow. Oh my God, I'm so alive. It's orgasmic. It feels so good. I feel so good in my being. I'm alive. Feel that right now. Expand it by 100%. Let every cell in your body feel how good that feels. And then take a big, deep breath into every vibrating cell. Feel every vibrating cell getting this goodness, getting this feel-good emotion, getting this sustenance, getting this nourishment, getting this love. Lean into your whole body. Take a big, deep breath in. Release a big sigh. Ah. Beautiful. Nice one. Take another big deep breath into how good that can feel. Release a big sigh. Ah. Good, good, good. Choo. Yeah. Take another big deep breath in. So much nourishment, so much love. Ah. You're doing so good. Tapping the front of the ribs, put a big smile on your face. I get to feel what? What are the top 3 positive emotions you get to feel? Say it out loud. Tapping the side of the ribs. I get to feel. Tell me what that is. Oh, yes. Yes. Tapping the side of the wrist. Okay, so when you get to feel that, when you get to feel that ecstatic feeling running through every vibrating particle of your body, What does it make you want to do? What new habits does that ecstatic feeling want you to do in your life? What positive habits want to come from feeling that ecstatic bliss? What do you naturally want to do when you feel that good? What does it make you want to do in your life for yourself or the world? How does it make you want to create, interact? What healthy habits do you want to do when you feel that good? Take a long, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Beautiful. Give your shoulders a little shake right now. I want you just to shake your body. Feel this right now. Just shake the whole system like you're shaking all of those water molecules in your body right now, and tap all over your body while you shake it all out. Yes, feel like there's pulses of energy just opening up, awakening in every water molecule in your body. Beautiful. Shake it all out. Feel it shaking every molecule. And then take a big, deep breath in. Release a big sigh. Tapping the center of the chest. Now feeling into that positive emotion that you get to feel when you give yourself that nourishment, and tune into those positive habits that get to come out of your life and shine in your new experience. What does it make you want to do? These positive, new, powerful, emotional states. It makes me want to, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to create in your life? What habits? You want to start juicing more. You want to meditate more. You want to share love more. You want to have more baths. You want to walk barefoot on the earth. You want to take time out just to play. You want to give yourself more hugs. You want to celebrate. You want to dance. What do you want to do as new habits that create the joy in your life, that create the ease and the play? It makes me want to, and just tell me in the chat area what you want to do. It makes me want to serve more. Tapping the front of the ribs. Let love in. Share my love. Beautiful. All of this is amazing. Write it in the chat. It makes me want to dance and run. Listen more, pick up the phone and call someone, create beautiful things, make love, take back my life, pause and see the beauty, be vulnerable, practice receiving, laugh. It makes me want to. What does it make you want to do? Feel the richness of that new habit coming into your life right now. Because that is what you are destined for. That is what you are worthy of. And that is your new habit. Feel that happening in your life right now. Whenever that old habit wants to pop up, feel yourself just switching it to this new habit right now, because you know that this new habit brings so much joy and deep satisfaction. Take a long, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Beautiful. Put a big smile on your face. Release with a big smile. Beautiful. So I want you now to imagine that this new habit is everywhere in your life. You're just constantly referencing it. You're going to it throughout the day. Whenever something stressful happens, you go to that habit. You bring that habit in. You keep bringing that habit, then you have it in, and more joy, more and more satisfaction, more and more self-love continues to overflow. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to move into a little laughter tap for 2 minutes. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to tap all over our body, and we're going to laugh for no reason other than just to let joy out. And when we allow the laughter, sometimes at first it might feel a little forced, but just let yourself go with it. If you feel like it's forced, just go ho, ho, ha, 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 he, he. those syllables will bring out the same energy of laughter. And then as you laugh, just allow the energy to circulate. You're going to tap all over your body. We're laughing for no reason, because even when we laugh for no reason, it generates the same happy hormones inside of our brain to flood us with all of that goodness. So together, what we're going to do, I'm going to give you all permission right now to unmute yourself so we can hear everyone's voices. And here we go. Feel free to unmute yourself. And for 2 minutes, we're just going to do some rounds of laughter. And let's go. Deep breath in, inhale. Hold the breath. Bring your arms out like you're holding a ball of light around your body. Take a little sip more of breath in. Hold that breath. Hold the ball. Keep that breath held. Feel all the light there holding in your bubble. And then we're going to turn and face our hands away from us. And on the exhale, we're going to push the energy out of our field. Exhale. Pushing it out of the field. Coming into a prayer in the center of your chest. Feel that alignment in the center of your body. Inhale. Hold the breath. Open up that ball right now. Hands are facing inward. Holding the ball. Take a little bit more of a breath in. Feel all of that light in the bubble that you are. All of that light, all of that consciousness, all of that brightness right there inside your being. Emanating light. Every cell emanating light. Take a little bit more of a sip of breath in. Open up your whole field. And on the exhale, we'll push it all out again. Exhale. Coming into prayer, feeling that alignment in the center of your body. Inhale, hold the breath, keep your hands in prayer. Feel that alignment of that central column from the root of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. Feel that alignment. And we're going to open up the palms outside of our chest. Exhale, feeling the energy in front of us like a ball in front of our chest. And then coming in back into the center, coming back to a normal breath. And then just resting your hands on your knees, on your legs right now. And just feel this energy right now in your field. Feel the effortlessness of your energy field right now. And just tune into this new way of being, this new habit, this new way of living your life that is guided by the innermost joy of your being. And feel that impulse, that innocence that wants to leap out of your life and express and create and celebrate in all that you are and live in all that you are. And placing your hands on the center of your chest now. Feeling the warmth and the nurturing energy as you hold your chest, as you hold your love, as you hold your heart. Knowing that you are here now. You have come back. The innocence has returned. The childlike innocence and beauty and wonder is back. And feel into your life now in these new habits that you get to express through that innocence of who you truly are. And tuning in right now into what number you're at. What number were you at the start around this old habit, around that pattern, that habit? And how do you feel about it now? Has it gone down in intensity? Did it drop? How are you feeling about it now? Does it have less of a hold over you now when you tune into it? And go ahead and head over to the chat and just write in the chat what number you started at, and then a dash, and that what number you are at now. Beautiful, Jamie. 11 to a 4, 10 to a 0. Nice, Jessica. 9 to a 3. 8 to a 0, 10 to a 2, 8 to a 4, 8 to a 6, 8 to a 0, 10 to a 3. Beautiful, my loves. Just dropping those numbers right down. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful to see all these numbers dropping. Well done. And then go ahead and just write in the chat area what you're creating in your life right now that is these new habits. What do you get to do in your life? Who do you get to be? Go ahead and write that in the chat area. Thank you, Carla. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lovely. Freedom, friendship, self-positivity, playfulness, creativity, vulnerability, light, presence, strength. Little child inside of me, love and calmness, presence, abundance, fulfilled. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. So this process that we went through today was what we went through at the start of the class. We allowed ourselves to bring compassion to the pattern. We allowed ourselves to look at some of the root causes and heal it from that root, and then come out of that and repattern it with a new pattern through those positive emotions of nourishment to actually rewire the patterns in our brain and inside of our nervous system. So I'm going to invite everyone to take a moment after today to write down whatever your discoveries were, journal them, write down your new visions, your new habits. You're going to receive a video replay of this, so you can come back and do it as many times as you want. You'll get that in 48 hours. And then, as I mentioned, if you guys wanted to go deeper in this kind of work, I do offer a certification program. We open it up twice a year. So the next one is going to open up in a couple of months. And it's a really beautiful deep dive into empowering, healing your own life, and then discovering how to share it with others, how to share it in community, and how to build a business with tapping. I know many of you that are here today may already have a coaching practice or doing things that really help and serve the world. So if you do feel like tapping may be an option for you that you want to bring in, I'm going to just head over and grab the link, unless Shauna has a link there for our waitlist page. Or I can grab it myself. And this is, we're actually in the middle of a program with our students right now, and it's really so fulfilling to see how much people have transformed in the program, not only within themselves, but within their confidence to go and share it with others and to really help the world elevate. Because when we step into that new level of leadership inside of ourselves and within the world around us, all the boats rise. As the tides rise, all the boats rise. And so we get to bring benefit to the world around us through this method as well as ourselves. Shauna just added a link in there, or Hannah just put it in. It's jenniferpartridge.com/coaching. So you can head on over to that page. Hannah, if you just want to put it in there again, so it's at the end of the chat. And yeah, feel free to let us know if you have any questions. We do these classes live twice a month. So bring your friends, tell your family, let's build this beautiful community together. Thank you to everyone for showing up, for sharing your vulnerability, for putting your cameras on if you did, for laughing with us, and for most importantly, letting yourself feel, letting yourself go through an emotional process, because by feeling it, we heal it and we transform it for ourselves and the world around us. So I'm just sending you all so much love, wishing you a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you are. Go and celebrate those new habits, make them happen, and enjoy your life. All of my love. We'll see you guys soon.